Hey there, so I just finished this miniature and it's the first one I ever did. It was a lot of fun. It took a long time, longer than I expected. It was a lot more work than I was anticipating, which was good. It was rewarding to do. It's the number 8009, the Christmas version. It's a little tiny guy. It's pretty cute. So I wanted to talk about some stuff that I learned while I was doing this miniature. And one of the things was the tools. I could have sworn there was a page where it explained what kind of tools you were going to need, but let's just kind of go through quickly what I used when I was doing this miniature kit. So I have two kinds of scissors. I have paper scissors and fabric scissors. If you're a craft person, you'll understand that you don't cut paper with your fabric scissors, and fabric is easier to cut with fabric scissors. So those are my two scissors. And I used paintbrushes to do the glue. I used white glue, and then later on when I learned that a lot of people use hot glue, I did that too, and it made my life much easier. So for the white glue, I used a real skinny paintbrush. For the smaller things, like for the paper boxes and stuff, it's much easier to use white glue and to use a small paintbrush. And I used the thicker paintbrush for the wallpaper and the floorboards and stuff like that. Tweezers, obviously, and a craft knife, which you use for scoring the paper. A pencil's pretty obvious. I used a lot of clothespins. They work really well for holding glued things in place, so you don't have to sit and hold them. The toothpick, which the kit actually came with a toothpick, but I also used some other toothpicks. I used this, which is called a bead reamer. It's really, really pointy, and it's got like a file surface to it, which was nice for poking through the cord holes and stuff like that. I have a small set of wire cutters for cutting wire. Shocking, I know. And I have a pair of jeweler's pliers. They're the round ones. You wouldn't have to use a pair like this, but they were certainly pretty handy for bending the wires for the candelabra. And a really small Phillips screwdriver. It does not want to focus on that, but that's what this is anyway. Plus you need 3 batteries. They come by a lot of different names, so what you need to do is look up on your kit what kind of batteries it needs and order them ahead of time. Otherwise you'll spend way too much money in Walmart or somewhere else buying the type of batteries that you need. Alright, so, the last thing, which is something that was really, really handy. This is some clear nail polish. Looks kind of yellow, but that's because it's kind of old. What I used that for was, you see all these little pieces of fabric and even the carpet and stuff like that. If you cut out the pieces and then go around the edges with nail polish, it stops it from fraying and coming apart into and looking messy. It helps keep your edges really nice and neat. And especially with stuff like the carpet where it's supposed to kind of look fringed, it makes a huge difference to keeping it neat. So those were the things that I used when I was building this miniature. They came in pretty handy. The hot glue was kind of a game changer for me. It really, like for the structural pieces, made it stick together much better. The white glue was not quite tough enough. Yeah. It turned out pretty cute. Try not to get my hand in there. Just a little door. And it was really fun to do. Something else is, it was really helpful to have a dedicated space that no kids or cats or whatever could get into. So I could leave pieces drying overnight or whatever so that they didn't get moved along by anybody else. So yeah, that's the tools that I used and what I kind of learned about building miniatures. Number one thing, It's a lot harder than it looks. Okay, I'll just show you the back here. The wiring was kind of a pain. Some of the wires were really short and some were really long, and I was kind of scared to trim them off too short. I didn't want to make them too short. And there's a little flower box actually on the back here too. And it actually is a music box. It plays We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Shocking for a Christmas miniature. And that was pretty easy to put in. That's one of the reasons that you need the Phillips screwdriver. Okay guys, so have a great day and feel free to subscribe to our channel. I'm hoping to do some more stuff with miniatures, maybe even a whole video on how to do a miniature, or of me doing a miniature. This one I was not quite there yet. I needed to concentrate on what I was doing more than on filming, so I thought I'd come in and do this video afterwards.